Welcome, I am Omkar. We will safely remove the rotor and reinstall it correctly, focusing on safety and proper alignment. This is an enclosed inrunner BLDC motor. The stator and its three-phase windings remain outside. The permanent magnet rotor rotates inside. Before dismantling, switch off and isolate the 48-volt supply. Apply lockout and tag out. Verify zero voltage using a digital multimeter. Use only correctly sized tools. A soft jaw vise supports the motor, a non-magnetic guide controls the rotor. Never use a steel hammer on the shaft. Do not pry against the stator windings. Before removing any part, inspect the motor. Check the shaft, sprocket, and covers. Make alignment marks on covers and housing. Take a photograph before dismantling. Mount the motor securely in a soft jaw vise. Apply only enough clamping force to prevent movement. Do not crush the aluminum cooling fins or distort the motor housing. Clean the shaft end before removing parts. Wear eye protection as circlips can spring. Use correct pliers to remove the circlip. Slide the sprocket off without striking. Record the position of every spacer. Loosen the front and rear end cover bolts gradually in a cross pattern and prevents cover distortion. Keep the front and rear fasteners in separate label trays. Do not mix bolts. Support the shaft before separating covers. Remove each cover evenly. Use a soft mallet if needed. Protect phase and hall sensor wires. Observe bearing position before removing. The permanent magnet rotor is now ready for extraction. Magnetic attraction can the rotor sideways toward the stator. Never place fingers between the rotor. This area is a pinch rushing hazard. Pull the rotor slowly along the shaft axis. Maintain continuous control throughout. Do not pull at an angle to avoid damage. Place the rotor on a non-magnetic support. Inspect the rotor for cracked magnets. Check for rubbing marks and corrosion. Inspect the shaft and keyway. Check bearing seats and circlip groove. Inspect the stator windings for discoloration. Check the hall sensor wires. Rotate the bearings slowly by hand. Check seals and gaskets. Clean the rotor, stator, and covers using a lint-free cloth, soft non-metallic brush. Remove loose particles carefully. Keep bearings and electrical insulation. Confirm the original rotor direction and shaft orientation before insertion. Restore spacers and internal components in their recorded sequence. Position the non-magnetic guide concentrically. Insert the rotor slowly and keep it centered. As the rotor enters the stator, magnetic attraction maintain firm control. Never release the rotor and allow it into position. Reinstall the bearings, washers, and spacers in their original positions. Align the front and rear cover marks with the motor housing. Start every fastener by hand before tightening. Tighten the cover bolts gradually in a cross pattern. Use the manufacturer specified torque. Do not guess the torque value. Excessive torque may damage threads or distort the cover. Reinstall the shaft key, spacers, and sprocket in their original arrangement. Align the sprocket with the keyway. Fit the circlip using the correct pliers. Confirm that the circlip is fully seated. Rotate the shaft slowly by hand. Normal magnetic cogging is expected. Check for scraping, bind, or lock. Verify both covers are secure. Complete mechanical and electrical inspections. Never hammer directly on the shaft. Pry against the winding. Pull the rotor at an angle, or place fingers in the air gap. Do not mix washers and spacers. Trap the hall wires. Guess the bolt torque. The rotor was safely removed and inspected. We verified correct shaft rotation and cover alignment. Required electrical tests should be conducted next.